What's up, guys? Today let's take a look at Blokees Marvel Rival Champion Class Moon Knight. This and Rocket Raccoon just released in China, so I got it like just today. I'm not sure if I want to do Rocket because that one got released in Southeast Asia like a month ago. So if I get a better price, maybe. But anyway, yeah, let's unbox it first. Oh. As we'll all do with model kits. Let's see the runners. This is the cape and hood. 2 runners. 3. Yeah, total of 6 runners and a bag of pre-painted part and joint. Pretty easy to finish, so I'll see you guys after I finish it. I haven't finished building it, but here's a little tip for you. The base joint, only like elbow joint, only have about this much range because this little tip, okay, limiting the elbow band range is only about slightly over 90 degrees. You can cut it off and get some extra range, okay? Same goes for the legs. Right, the knee joint has this little tip and this little tip here, limiting the range. You can cut both of them off and you get better range. Pretty noticeable, right? All right, go back to building. Okay, so this is everything finished. I didn't install the cape because I want to explain how the cape works. Okay, let's first explain the cape, of course. This is, of course, one of the bigger difference between this one and the Marvel Legend one, that this is a fully wired cape, like all the way here, okay, all the way here, all the way wired, except for the color part, which is an issue because since this is not wired and not connected, right? When you're trying to have the cape like this, it's not very easy for this to stay like this. Like right now, it's okay. You have to curve the how to say, the wire, and even so, because there's no holding power here, it's not gonna stay, okay? If you're trying to mod it, I think it's somewhat easy because the wire here is not glued. You can, like, they're sewed here. Let me zoom in. Okay, they're sewed here, so you can take out the sew and just put a long wire, right, on the whole thing, and it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, let's take a look at the base figure. I think this figure definitely looks pretty decent. They sort of changed the proportion a little bit compared to Spider-Man, okay? Like, you can see how big the feet is, like Spider-Man, and he's definitely shorter, but his feet is about the same size as Moon Knight here. So they're definitely trying to tweak the proportion a little bit to make it a little less toyetic. Same thing with Nightwing. Okay, this is definitely, comparably speaking, a bit more game accurate compared to their usual proportion. Although they still have the issue of, like I said, small head, very narrow waist, and big feet. And let me get these two out of the way. I think his shoulder is a bit too small and too low. Like, there's a joint here, of course, but in order to let his arm drape, is going to be a pretty significant gap here. And on the in-game model, the shoulder pad is way bigger, like 10%, 15% bigger. Same goes for the chest, okay? I think the chest is like maybe 5%, 10% too small. And of course, the color inaccuracy and the missing colors. Since this is a cheap model kit, this is expected, but I still have to point it out, okay? For example, the symbol should be like a different kind of white. The strap should be painted, should be brown like this. And the buckle painted. And I think there's some color differences here as well. And the gauntlet, sorry, the glove, the knuckles should be like, what is it, bluish black. And the symbol on the pouch should be painted black. Same goes for the inside of the pouch. They didn't even scope the details. And the inside of the leg armor, this part should be black. This is just black, white molded plastic. And same goes for the symbol, right? It should be on the side, should be the same as this one, should be black. These should be black. And there's some other details I probably missed out because I don't play the game. You can just use the in-game model. You just Google it online and, you know, see what's the color missing. I think most of it is pretty minor and easy to paint. There's no complicated pattern or anything, just missing color. So it should be easy to touch up. And since this is a model kit, the detail is sharper compared to a action figure. And for this kind of line work, right, you do a little bit line work with the line work liquid. This should look fairly nice. Okay, let's take a look at his articulation. Okay, I have installed the cape. Like I said, if you're trying to, like, for glide, this is not gonna stay. And if you want to make it to a drape cape, you have to fold the cape as per usual, because the regular in-game cape is relatively small, so it would be nice if they gave us a just a drape cape. I don't even mind that if there's no symbol on it. Just a regular drape cape will be nice. Okay, let's see the articulation. The head can look up this much, not much. Look down, bury his chin, no problem. Rotation 360 and tilt. All right. The main issue is of course with the very thick soft PVC hood. If you want to improve the articulation, especially look up, shave a little bit plastic here. Okay, I'll give you an example because this is his unhooded head without the hood. He can look up, not particularly good, but still way better. So the range is definitely there. And you can take a look at the neck here. The back is taller than the front, which is weird. I think this is what they're trying to make sure there's no gapping when he's look all the way down, but I will just shave the back off. Okay, put the ambulance. Shoulder this time is also a little bit different. Usually it is just a peg, but right now it's a ball joint, so you get up and down movement and front and back movement. Okay, but he still has the same problem I have with Nightwing and many others. He doesn't have much butterfly range because the shoulder peg is too short. Okay, you need to have a longer shoulder peg like Spider-Man to have better cross arm range. Okay, 360, no issue. Shoulder pad is on a hinge and a ball. Okay, can raise, oops, he can raise 9 degrees, okay? Bicep swivel, 360, elbow. After we mod it, he has about 120 degrees, no gauntlet swivel, and wrist ball, okay? Typical stuff. Diaphragm joint, you can crunch forward, like pretty much nothing, mainly because this part, if they add a joint here, it would be nice, right? If this part can flip upward, he will have much better range. Crunching back is crazy good for whatever reason. Crunch to the side. It's all right, not bad. And rotation 360. Okay. Waist joint, again, hindered by the belt. Back is pretty good. Side is a little limited, hindered by the pouch. And rotation, okay? So his forward crunching is very limited, mostly due to design. Like you can see these two parts touching just by crunching forward. Maybe if I can shave some plastic either here or the back, the top, to allow basically this part to fold under this, so he may have better range. We'll see. Back, crazy range. Side, pretty decent. Okay. Hip joint, as you can see, drop down, kick forward, 9 degrees, no issue. Kick to the back, this much. Of course, you can kick to the side, get more range. Side kick, 9 degrees, no issue. Rotate this, and you can kick way over 9 degrees, okay? Side swivel, double jointed knee after we mod it, a bit better range, okay? And ankle rotation 360, go all the way back, all the way forward. Very good rocker, and surprisingly good toe joint. Oops. There's definitely a big limitation with the torso range, which I'll see what else I can do about it. And also this kit, not figure, has some fitting issue compared to Nightwing. There's a few parts that tend to fall off when you're trying to posing. For example, the belt, okay, the pouches. I already put glue on the right pouches, okay, under there, and also the shoulder pad. Again, this part is also glued. This isn't, because let me show you how it's connected. Like just a very small stuff and tend to fall off when you pose it, okay? I recommend gluing this one. Okay, let's see the accessories. I already showed the cape, of course, and the hand with his, how do you call it? Boomerang? I don't know how to call this. Boomerang stuff. And again, I already showed this, a unhooded head. Okay. 2 gripping hand with his stick. I think this is also has some missing color here. It should be black on this part. Okay. 2 clawing hand. Missing color on the hand, of course. And a cotton shoe. I think this is a totem. Yeah. And that's all the accessories. Pretty standard for champion class kit. A pair of fists will be nice, or a draped cape will be nice. All right, let's do the size comparison. in case you miss it, with Champion Class Nightwing and Champion Class Marvel Rivals Spider-Man, with Kyoto Jewelry and Mayfax Solar Suit Superman, with Stone Arena Nash and Jada Akuma, with SH Figure Art Billy Kid and Marvel Legend Movie Wolverine. Overall, I think this is a solid kit. For the price he's asking, for me it's about $15. For you guys, probably $20, $25. He got pretty much all the accessories and a solid wire capes. Of course, the big question is gonna be how he stack up against Marvel Legend, right? That's gotta be the main question that everyone is gonna ask. And that one hasn't released it, it's pretty much impossible for us to judge it at the moment. Although there's a couple points I think we can compare. First, it's gonna be scale. Like, if you're really strict about your scale, you want to limit to your Hasbro Marvel Legends scale, this is not gonna scale with your figures. So if you really care about that, just skip this one and grab your Marvel Legend. The second is price. Okay, like I said before, maybe 20, 25 bucks for you guys and 15 for me. And the Marvel Legend one for me is about double, and I assume it is the same with you guys because that one's 40 bucks. And the value proposition there, unless you don't want to spend like 40 minutes building a kit and just don't like model kit in general, the value proposition here is definitely much better, okay? Like for 40 bucks, you don't even got interchangeable hand and wire cape, you got 2 plastic cape. But I do think the overall proportion on the Marvel Legend one looks noticeably better, okay? And it has less missing details painted. I do, however, think that the plastic, especially the white plastic they use on their figures, on the Moon Knight figure that is, looks very cheap. And even on the promo shot, when you zoom in, you can see the plastic swirl in them. And again, 40 bucks figure, use mostly just plastic, looks very cheap. Like even cheaper than this, and this is mostly just plastic. Another thing is articulation. The articulation on this kit is not really impressive, like compared to, for example, Nightwing. I have modded this Nightwing, okay, but even the base Nightwing, like he has very good looking up, and the modding is very easy, like 5 minutes. He can have very good ab crunch forward, okay. And for this kit, halfly because of the engineering, halfly probably because of the design, he's not gonna have very good ab crunch. But what about the Marvel Legend one? Based on my past experience with them and the promo shot they have released, there's no reason for me to believe that that one's going to be massively more articulated than this guy. Probably around the same level or even less articulated, who knows. So to me is come down to whether you prefer the scale or aesthetic. I can definitely see the reason that you went for the Marvel Legend one, although the price is gonna be a hard one to swallow. And for me, I'm perfectly happy with this kit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.